While they're out there buying SoFi and praying that it goes up, I'm selling puts and collecting premiums either way. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yo, what is going on, premium chasers? I hope you are having a God blessed day. Today, every single person that comments down below is going to get the option selling guide for busy professionals. This is going out to those of you that live busy lives like me. Maybe you have a job, maybe you have a business, but you still want to be active in the markets. This is specifically an ebook designed for you busy professionals. So if you want that option selling guide, drop a comment down below. I'll personally send it to you. While you're down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. I have not recorded content in probably about a week. I went kind of hard before my son Noah came into this beautiful world. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys who reached out to me that maybe follow on Facebook or Instagram, wishing us your congratulations. But we're back to business, guys. So I do want to say thank you. Mom is doing good. Baby is doing good. But let's get into the business and why you clicked on today's video. So we are talking about SoFi today, one of my absolute favorite wheel strategy, not really quad option strategy stocks, but one of my favorite wheel strategy stocks because of the low cost plus the conviction I have in this company. And that's first step, guys. Anything we ever trade in, right? We have to have our own conviction in that stock. We have to have that belief in that stock. Don't get financial advice or stock tips from random people on YouTube, including myself, right? You should not be agreeing with everything I say. Go do your own research. That way you don't get burned, okay? But today we're going to be specifically talking about how we can actually generate premiums by selling puts on SoFi, okay? Now, this can happen on, you could do this on every single, pretty much every single stock out there. But let me show you guys what it looks like. So we'll open up your brokerage or whatever. We're going to go over to the trade options section. We're going to click sell a put, and we're going to go out about 30 days. I like to go 30 to 45 days out, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to go 37 days away. What I'm saying here is I'm willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi in 37 days for a price that I choose and get paid a premium upfront for saying maybe, okay? And what do I mean when I say maybe? Well, this is called the options chain, okay? And this is essentially where we're going to pick the price that we'd actually want to own 100 shares of SoFi at. Now, there's technical analysis that we can do. We can dive into the Greeks, but at the end of the day, there's only one thing that matters, guys. And that thing matters is that what price do you want to own SoFi at? That's the magic number, because we're all different risk tolerances. We all have different investment profiles, right? You have to figure out what works for you. Maybe you owning SoFi at 13 is fantastic for you. Maybe for somebody else, it's like, hey, I want to be at 12. We all have to make our own decisions, right? So for this example, let's just say you want to own SoFi potentially at $12. Well, right here, we could click open this $12 put, right? We're again selling a cash secured put expiring in 37 days. Now, if we open up this contract saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi on July 11th for $12, we would collect $31 of premium from an options buyer. I always like to lay everything out in my calculators here, so I keep everything really organized. So I put my premium right here. We could see $12 strike price. Every options contract is equal to 100 shares, so you will need to have that money in your account if SoFi is trading at $12 on July 11th. So your brokerage will lock up that money, and that's called your collateral. So 12 times 100, what is it, guys? $1,200. There we go, right? We back to doing that simple math, guys. We right back into it, right? So I like to put my collateral there in my calculator. All this stuff is free here, guys. My stuff here is all free. I want to get this message out to as many people as possible. So join our Facebook group. It's the links in the description. You'll be able to download all these calculators and all this stuff for yourself. No charge, obviously, right? So I like to put that in here because I like to see what my collateral return is going to be. Okay, now these numbers, these premiums that you're seeing on your screen, guys, these are constantly changing, these numbers. This is just the time of me recording. Everything here is only educational content only, right? With that said, though, right, I like to see what my collateral return is going to be, right? We always hear the quote, make your money work for you, right? Blah, 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 right? They always say that crap, and then they tell us, like, put our money in a 401k. Like, bro, seriously? No, like, to me, and trust me, I've been in business for many, many years. I've worked for other companies. I've 401k, all that nonsense, right? the purest form that I have found of like making your money work for you is like doing like T-bills, high yield savings account, right, that are paid out like monthly and stuff. And then this kind of takes it a step further, and it's selling options. I believe this is a very pure form of generating income essentially with your collateral on the line on stocks you want to own anyway, right? So for this example, right, we're collecting a 2.58% return if we did this trade. That's going to lock up that $1,200, and we're collecting a $31 premium. This premium is given to you up front. You are given this. This is coming from somebody that we actually send Christmas cards to, Thanksgiving cards, birthday wishes, right, all that stuff. That is called an options buyer, okay? And that options buyer, right, is the person on the other end that's where that money is actually coming from, okay? It's not just like magic appearing in your account. That is given to you from the options buyer, okay? Now you might be thinking, well, what's the ideal situation, Pete? There has to be some best practices, and of course there's best practices, guys, right? Just like anything in life, you can always take things a little bit further, right? So the first thing I want to tell you guys about is the delta. Now, when you open up your contracts right here, you'll see a number here called delta. Listen, there's a technical definition to this, and if you like technical jargon, so you sound confused, so then I sell you a $4,000 thing, cool. Look, my job isn't here to, I don't have a job here. I do this for fun because I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to teach all my kids as soon as I can how to do this strategy. And this is just me like documenting purposes. Like I literally don't care if you have a different way of explaining things. This is just how I do it. So like, let's be real, right? As for option sellers, the delta is simply a probability. That's the way I look at it. Now there's a technical definition of it, but for us option sellers, it is simply a probability, okay? What is the probability? Well, there's a 23% chance, right? A 23% chance of assignment here. Okay, 23% chance that SoFi on July 11th will be trading at $12 and you will be assigned, meaning you will have to buy those shares. Your $1,200 will be taken from your account, right? And you'll be given 100 shares of SoFi. Okay, that's a good thing, right? You got it at a price that you chose. Remember that, right? And you still have that premium too. Right? I like to look at premium almost like kind of like lowering your cost basis or like getting free shares if you kind of want to look at it that way, right? Because like, for example, we're trading at like 30, you get $31 in premium, it's trading at 12, you're almost getting like 3 free shares kind of. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. Keep it simple, right? But there is about, a little less than 80% chance that SoFi, right, stays above 12 and you won't get assigned. You simply just walk away with the premium, your collateral, your $1,200 returned back to you, and right, you can run the play again for the following month. Rinse and repeat, baby. That's what this channel is all about, right? Now, there's more stuff that we do go into this strategy, but that is the easiest one to look at if you're just like, you know what, I'm at work and I want to get some trades. And that's why part of the reason I started this channel was for busy people, right? If you're probably watching this video, you're not like an active trader. I'm not an active trader, right, by any means, right? I just like getting into stocks that I like, right? Get paid a premium for doing so, right? And then running covered calls on the other end. But let's talk about all the risks here, okay? Because I know if you're watching this, you're like, oh, this sounds awesome, Pete. I wish I learned this sooner. Trust me, I wish I did too, right? So first things first, let's say the 11th rolls around, right? If the 11th rolls around and SoFi is trading, let's say it's just trading sideways at $13, well, your contract will expire worthless, right? Your $1,200, right, your collateral is going to be returned back to you. And then guess what? We can run the play again and collect some more of that juicy premiums, right? The second thing that can happen is SoFi tanks. It tanks to $12. It tanks to $10. You're on the hook to buy 100 shares at $12. And that's the biggest risk of selling options, especially cash secured puts, is that if the stock really turns against you and drops down to like 8, 9, bankruptcy, right? You're on the hook to buy those shares at the price that you chose. For me, is that a big risk? Yeah, it's something definitely I consider, but I always go back to this one key thing is, am I going into a stock that I actually enjoy? Do I have an interest in, right? Like for me and my family, we all are using SoFi, the app for everything, right? So for me, I have a lot of conviction in SoFi. You might not, right? You might not even use SoFi app or anything for your banks, right? So you'll have less conviction for sure. And this is how you start building your watch list of stocks that you like, not somebody on YouTube who told you, okay? There is a great book, by the way. I definitely recommend you guys pick it up. Like, it totally changed my trading style when I really got into this all about 7 years ago. I'll leave a link for that down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, but listen, guys. listen, I need to get paid somehow, right? So use that affiliate link and you're going to give me 5 cents, right, for every purchase of the Peter Lynch book. Okay. So it's a great book though, for all seriousness, guys. It's probably, you guys know in some other videos, you see my bookshelf. I have a little bookshelf right there. And it breaks down things simply, and I need things explained to me simply, guys. Like, I am not some super technical guy, like, by any means. So let's kind of take a little bit step further, right? Now, most of you, honestly, in terms of option selling, if you're just trying to do a handful of trades a month, this is fine. This is enough. Look at the delta and sell puts on companies you like. That's it. Some of you, right? Like, you could just do that and then just wait to 30 days to see what you're assigned. But some of you want to take it a little bit step further. And how do we actually take things a step further? Well, we go a little bit deeper on the technicals, right? So right here, I'm just on Yahoo Finance, free tool, guys. I don't use any more paid tools for selling options. I think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's necessary. Us as option sellers, dude, we keep things simple. We're trying to create a trading strategy here, or we have created a trading strategy. I don't even like to call it a trading strategy because it's really not, but it technically is, right? Something that fits into lifestyle. Listen, I got 3 kids now, right? I got work. I got business that I'm doing. Like, I got stuff going on. Like, I don't have the time to be an active trader in the sense of like staring at my screen. Yo, listen to me. I actually thought about this the other day, actually, when I was in the hospital, side tangent. And I was going to post it on like my Instagram story or something, but I just didn't get around to it. I basically was thinking, I was like, you know what? Even if day trading worked, and for some people it does, sure, right, whatever. Like, even if day trading did work, like, and it was like really profitable, and like the success rate was like, more than like 1%, I still wouldn't do it. like just straight up, the last thing like I genuinely would want to do with my day is sit in front of my screen and like draw on candlesticks and swing trade and all that nonsense. Like, even if it worked, even if I had a 90% chance of being successful with it, I probably still wouldn't do it because it's not something I enjoy. Okay, tangent over. You guys know, listen, I haven't recorded and I got to get all this out, all right? And it's coming out now. So, but on all seriousness, go over to Yahoo Finance, free charting tool. Just go over to chart. And there's one thing that you can overlay here, and that is called your Bollinger Bands. Toss your Bollinger Bands on here, your indicator, set your period to 30 here, and click done. Okay, now I have a couple other indicators here, but the Bollinger Bands is this overlay over the this mountain chart that I have going on. Basically, this kind of tells us the ideal times to sell covered calls or sell cash secured puts. Okay, now if we look at it like over the past 5 years, just for the sake of this example, we can see, SoFi hits it hits the top Bollinger Band, retracts back down, hits the bottom, retracts back up, and it kind of always hangs around this area. Sometimes it blows past it, right? Like in this case, SoFi has been hot since really December, right? So you could see here, right? It was over its top Bollinger Band, right? It took many months before it dropped below. Right? And that happens, right? That nobody know all the technical nonsense. Listen, nobody knows what the market's going to do. It just helps us have an understanding of what we're doing and why. But with that said, the best times to sell puts, like we were just showing in this example, is when stocks are towards the bottom Bollinger Band. Why? Well, that means a stock is typically oversold, right? So for example, in April when the market crashed, right, you could see SoFi dropped down to $9.50, right? Now, if you sold puts at this time, you could have done $8 puts, maybe even $7 puts, and collected great premiums on them. Right? As opposed to, let's say, SoFi's trading at 13, even if I go 37 days out, let's go see an $8 put. There's nothing there. You're not getting anything. There is no availability. There's no volume on that, right? I don't even know if you went out a year right now. If we go 289 days, can we even get? You could collect $50 here on the $8 put, right? If you go out about a year, but that's a topic for another video. I don't usually recommend doing something like that, but to each his own, right? But for the most part, you can't really you're not going to get that. You're going to get a much better strike price and premium when you sell your puts towards this bottom of the Bollinger Band. Now, guys, there's a lot more that goes into this strategy. So if you want that full playbook on selling options, especially if you're a busy person, drop a comment down below right now. I'll personally reply to you with that. I really designed this whole quad option strategy to fit into my lifestyle. And that's when I started this, obviously, this YouTube channel as well, to share this with you guys, okay? And you can do this, right? This isn't something that requires you to have like 20 years of trading experience or nothing. Like, honestly, I think you guys already know I'm kind of like a normal person. I don't consider myself very smart. I just found a strategy that really fits into my lifestyle, and I want to share it with you guys. So drop a comment down below for that playbook, and I will make sure to send it over to you. Also, if you're somebody that is really just wanting a more hands-on approach, we do have an amazing group of people inside of Option Seller School. Now, at this time, it is invite only, right? Listen, we have such a cool group of people. I basically talk to all of them throughout the day with our pre-market calls and all that stuff. And it's really not a toxic environment. The last thing I want is a bunch of people that I don't enjoy talking to. I have plans to do like live events and fun stuff for us, hopefully do some like golf resorts and stuff like that. But with that said, it's not for everybody. And I don't just mean that in the like just to say it, like it's just a fact, right? So if you want to see if it's a good fit, if you're cool, you're not toxic, you're like somebody that actually has money in a portfolio, not somebody on like your last dollar, right? That this strategy is just not going to work for, I invite you to check it out. Click the first link in the description of today's video, and you can learn more about the quad option strategy, how it works. If you like what you hear and you want to work a little closely together, you'll be able to book a call with me and my team, and we can get you inside of Option Seller School here in the next couple days. Again, that link will be down below in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, and repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.